Man, I was so nervous. He kept telling us if we get arrested, he was going to bail all of us out. It was at least 20 people. You were not going to bail all of us out. What's up, y'all? It's me, Tyler, back in with another video. I decided to bring y'all the story time. And of course, if you're new here, my story times always come with valuable education. Just hear me out, okay? It's late. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what I'm saying, but I just got back into modeling, and the weather is really crazy right now. It's January, my birthday month, and I love being in Aquarius, but January, it is the prettiest month name wise. Where it says start with J is always so flattering. It is snowing, and tomorrow it's gonna start raining ice, and the roads are going to be all frozen and fucked up. So my trip to Atlanta to update my digitals is canceled. And if you don't know what digitals are in the modeling world, it's basically updated photos of your natural appearance so I can submit to modeling agencies. So I'm just learning to be patient and just like go with the flow of life. God has the wheel. I'm just in the passenger seat. You know what? I'm in the back seat. I don't even want to be near the wheel because I might grab it. But anyways, when I first got into modeling, it was a lot of things that I had to learn about. Again, if you're new here, I talk about this in every other video, just different aspects of it. Scammers. Yeah, scammers within the modeling industry. Crazy, right? Not really. Makes sense. But I was prepared for the type of scammers that you may think. I found out that you should never pay for anything as a model, but that's another video. This video is about, let me just start from the beginning. So my first time being in LA Fashion Week, Los Angeles Fashion Week, was really crazy. I think I made a video about that. If not on YouTube, then on TikTok. If it's not on here, I'll make a video of that on how I got into LA Fashion Week on YouTube. Comment down below if you want to hear that because that's a roller coaster. But so my first time in LA Fashion Week is cool, whatever. Naturally, you meet people and you guys exchange information and you just socialize and have a good time. Some people call that networking. I don't like to call it that because me personally, networking just sounds so business oriented. I'm not walking around handing out business cards and shit. I'm just, again, socializing. Whoever I vibe with, we just naturally exchange information, and that's cool, whatever. Basically, with any fashion week, LA Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, whatever fashion week, you're selected by designers. So designers pick models as to who they want to wear their clothes. You come in and get measured, all that kind of stuff, right? So I was selected by one designer. I came in the day that I was casted to be there. Cool, meeting new people, other models, photographers, designers. We exchanged information, having a good time. This one particular designer, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was this black, upcoming designer, and he was known around local Los Angeles for these puffer jackets that were really popular at the time in 2019. Lady Gaga was wearing it, Nicki Minaj was wearing them. He seemed really cool, whatever. We exchanged information. He was kind of looking for new faces to promote his brand, and I was one of them. He reached out to me and along with other models to do a modeling campaign for his new release of clothing, whatever. It's totally free. He's not paying me. And I was so new to modeling. I was just so excited about it, about being casted in this. I didn't even ask because I didn't want to make him mad. I didn't want him to change his mind. But of course, the seasoned model Tyler would have definitely asked how much today, and I probably wouldn't even have went because I would have known. If I had known what I know now, I would have just did a more of a background check on him. He was given very much predator, scammer, vulture, just preying on new models and new faces that probably didn't have anyone to protect them from people like him. So I get to the studio and it's, a handful of other models there that I met at LA Fashion Week, and they're all just as new. And there are some people there that I didn't meet before, and they were just like, he just picked them off the street, like, just generically attractive young people my age. There was no Crafty there. Crafty is basically a place where there are snacks and beverages and coffee, pastries, lunch thing, like on sets. A professional set will have that because most of those you're going to be there pretty much all day for at least 8 hours. So they're going to have Crafty on sets. He didn't have that. But again, we were so new in that side that we just looked over it and ignored a lot of things. So we did the photo shoots. It was a group shoot. And I was like, okay, cool. I still have not seen any of those photos. The whole point of doing photo shoots as a model is so you can get those photos back and add them to your portfolio. But I never saw them. Not even on his, social media. They were just gone. Anyways, so we do that shoot, and this is still LA Fashion Week. It's a whole week long thing. Every day was like a new fashion show. But where I met him was the LA Fashion Week. But after like the actual LA Fashion Week or like event, like the designers will still have their own shows and things like that. So he was gonna have his own show as well. And he was going to have it basically like in the heart of Hollywood, like the Hollywood Walk of Fame kind of area. I'm thinking like, okay, cool. I'm thinking it's going to be professionally done. Like that particular area is going to be blocked off, and there are going to be rows of people sitting, and then there's like we're gonna use the streets as the runway. It's gonna be like crazy. That's not what happened. First of all, we were rehearsing in some random parking lot at Hollywood High School. I didn't even know that was a real thing. And we had been rehearsing for like 2 days. I was like, what is going on? This is not how this works. It was so ghetto and crazy. And he was basically preparing us to be arrested. He was like, we're going to walk the crosswalk and stop in the middle of the crosswalk, and like there's going to be a specific formation, and some of you guys are going to be facing this way, some of y'all facing that way, and you guys are going to be wearing the clothes, and you're going to stand there until the lights, the crosswalk goes red and then it goes green again. So that's when you walk away. Obviously it's illegal to stand in the crosswalk when you're not supposed to. And again, me today, with the knowledge and growth that I have now, would have never have entertained this in a million years. I would have said hi and bye to him at LA Fashion Week. But anyways, I did it. I did it, y'all. We did it, Joe.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
And thankfully, no one got arrested, because there's no way he would have bailed all of us out. He was acting like he had all this money and he didn't. The police were like entertained. They just sat back and were watching. All these cars, people were blowing their horns at us. It was really scary. And we did it. And after that, we were kind of celebrating. I was celebrating because we didn't get arrested. And we were taking pictures, and I do have some pictures, but like I said, I don't want to put this particular designer on blast. I don't like doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, unless someone is like, if this guy was out here dangerous and hurting people or really that scamming people, then that's different. But not necessarily. I think he was manifesting. I really think he was pretending to be a certain thing to manifest it into reality, into fruition, whatever. But the reason why I call him a scammer, speaking of, is because this man was planning on going to Paris Fashion Week, and he wanted some models to go with him. And I wanted to go because I'm very ambitious. And when I'm passionate about something, I go all the way. Because I was taught that if you want something, you have to go for it 100% balls to the wall. But I was like, I don't have any money to go to Paris. So he kept telling me that he wanted me to go to Paris. It was me and a handful of other models that he wanted specifically to go to Paris with him and, wear his clothes in LA in Paris Fashion Week. And I was like blessed, that he asked me, like, wow, me at all these other models, like, whoa. I realize now that he asked me because he thought that I was naive enough to actually go because he wanted me to basically buy my own flight, my own ticket, buy my own hotel room, all this stuff, basically just go with them, but none of my expenses are paid for. That's when I started to have when all of the glitz and glamour, I guess, started to dim for me because I'm like, I'm the model. Why am I paying to go with you? Like, you should be fully compensating me to go out there and be taken care of. And if that had been the case, then I would have went. I'm glad it wasn't the case because, like I said, this was not a legit thing. You know what I mean? This wasn't like a production or anything like that. This was one guy. He could have gotten me to Paris, and something bad could have happened to me. So everything works out the way that it's supposed to. And there are so many other things that's happened to me, in LA and in the modeling industry that I didn't have an agency or a manager or even just like a seasoned friend within the fashion world or entertainment world at the time to protect me. I had to go through them and I needed to go through them. I'm just glad that I came out unscathed. But I tell this story to say that if you're interested in modeling, or maybe you're not, maybe you're just intrigued with modeling, but you might not want to be a model. But either way, interpret this into however you need. But if you are interested in being a model and you want to go, you're willing to move to a big city to pursue it and things like that. A lot of people who do that, they get into bartending and catering and stuff like that. Even models who are signed to agencies, you're not always booked and busy. So within the time that you're not booked, you may book a $10,000 gig, modeling campaign for Adidas in January, and not work again until May. And in between that time, you're gonna have to make some money. So a lot of models are personal trainers, or they have some other talent, whether they have their own little business on the side, go-go dancers, whatever the case may be. Because in the modeling world, I think people are starting to realize this, but the modeling world is not for everyone. It looks all glamorous because we're in like this looks maxing era. Everyone wants to be beautiful and accepted and a part of pretty privilege. And so you think that modeling and content creating and influencing is that avenue. But then when you get in it, you realize this shit is for the birds, meaning it's not for you. And that doesn't mean that you're not good enough or strong enough. We're all different people, which means none of us, we're not meant to go down the same path. If everyone was modeling, that shit would be so boring and not even exciting. Like the modeling lifestyle is very unpredictable and it gets old. It's exciting. You can meet some very interesting people and you could do some really cool, amazing things. But after a while, you get tired of that inconsistency, not being stable, always moving around. And I love modeling, but not when it's inconsistent. Thankfully, I have other passions too. And I took a break from modeling, but now I'm back at it. But I say all of this to say, don't let your excitement, your ambitions cloud your judgment. Because when I first got into modeling, I was so excited to do it. And I was seeing the pictures that I was getting back from these photo shoots with these photographers and all this stuff. And I was just so excited. And I was just like, yes, like I'm doing this stuff, whatever. I was becoming so eager. And I'm glad that I caught myself before I did something that I regretted. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I hope it made sense. I'm gonna try to post this without editing, but I ramble so much. I'll talk to y'all later on. Peace out.